Update on Mexico. Mexico caved within 1 day of Trump's tariff. They're sending 10,000 troops to the U.S. border. We're going to go into Mexico. Some of what the tariffs are doing in Canada. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. This is the place where I'm bringing you just the news you really need to see.
Fox News Alert, and the breaking news of the day is on tariffs. And we just have word that the Mexican president spoke to Donald Trump, and they are going to pause the tariffs on Mexico for 1 month. And Jackie Heinrich is standing by at the White House with more on this development. Hi, Jackie.
Good morning, Dana. Yeah, that was pretty short-lived. The president spoke with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, the two sides agreeing to pump the brakes on the tariffs and then retaliatory tariffs that Mexico promised for the period of a month while they work out the terms of an agreement. The Mexican president just posted some of the details. Mexico is going to immediately send 10,000 members of the National Guard to prevent drug trafficking from Mexico to the United States.
Remember, Mexico, when they first responded to this, they said, hey, it's not our fault. Those drugs aren't a Mexico problem. That's a U.S. problem. Now they're going, oh, we're going to send 10,000 troops to that southern border to stop fentanyl from coming over.
Particularly fentanyl. Also, she says the U.S. is going to work with Mexico to prevent the trafficking of high-powered weapons to Mexico. Something that Mexico hit back at when President Trump was threatening these tariffs was they were calling on the U.S. to curb the flow of guns from the U.S. down to the cartels.
This is another weird thing so far. Now, this is a 1 month break from that tariff. Trump's only said, look, it's still going to come in a month, but we'll give you 1 more month. Now, this deal that the president of Mexico promised is to stop guns and drugs. They did not say that she would stop people, human trafficking, from coming over the border.
Sheinbaum says the two teams are going to begin working today on two fronts, security and trade. And President Trump posted on Truth Social that part of that team is going to include Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, as well as some representatives from Mexico.
Okay, and I have the actual statement from Donald Trump on X. I just spoke with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. It was a very friendly conversation wherein she agreed to immediately supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border, and Mexico will pay for it, on the border separating Mexico and the United States. These soldiers will be specifically designed to stop the flow of fentanyl and illegal migrants into our country. Now, they didn't mention illegal migrants, but Trump did, and I'm thankful for that. We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariffs for 1 month period, during which we will have negotiations headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and high-level representatives of Mexico. I look forward to participating in those negotiations with President Sheinbaum as we attempt to achieve a, quote, deal between our two countries. And that is Trump's art of the deal. Here's another quick tweet from Nick Sorter just in. Even the U.S. Coast Guard is now loading up their planes full of illegals, deporting them en masse. More and more government agencies are joining the effort every single day. So we have the Coast Guard loading up, sending illegals out of the country. They're really trying to up the daily amount of deportations so that it can beat Obama's deportation record. And now here's deranged loser Chuck Schumer trying to work against Trump's interest and against America's interest. He's still stuck on 4 years ago. He's still playing off the wrong playbook. Here's Chuck.
Let's just take Super Bowl Sunday, okay? It's going to affect beer, okay?
I'm holding a beer. Look it's a Mexican beer. That's barely beer, by the way. That's a Corona. That's probably the first time Chuck Schumer's ever touched a Corona. Look at him. It's like he has a specimen. You know, it looks like he's holding nuclear uranium.
Most of it, Corona here, comes from Mexico. It's going to affect your guac. Because what is guacamole made of? Avocados.
Oh, he has to explain to Democrats what guacamole is made of. Apparently, they didn't know that the ingredients for guacamole is avocados. By the way, everyone, what Chuck Schumer is saying is, please sell out your Constitution and your law for guacamole and crappy beer, watery beer. That's how much the Constitution means to Chuck Schumer. That is, destroy the American blue-collar worker economy for, what's the cost? What did it cost, Chuck? Guacamole and watery beer.
Both from Mexico.
Okay, they're from Mexico. Very good, Chuck. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, now this one is cool. This is posted by Andy No, an Arizona attorney named, and by the way, Andy No, I'll mind you, has removed his rainbow flag from his identity. Good move, Andy No, good journalist. An Arizona attorney named Mayra de la Torre, who worked for the Mexican government in Tucson, was caught on a sting instructing illegal foreign nationals to lie to law enforcement. The training session happened at the Southside Worker Center. Watch this.
Pueden inventársela, no estamos trabajando, estamos de voluntarios aquí, esta persona.
Oh yeah, we're all volunteers. No, never say work. And if they ask, say it's a gift for my good work. That's a lie. She's instructing these illegal workers. Now, the guy who's holding this camera is pretending to be an illegal. Okay, he speaks fluent Spanish, so she just automatically fell for it. But watch this conversation.
In Tucson, Arizona, the Southside Worker Center, operating out of the Southside Presbyterian Church.
Presbyterian Church? I'm a Presbyterian, and now you're telling me the Southside Presbyterian Church, my denomination, is down there helping illegals lie? What would Jesus do? I hear all these liberal Christians now going, oh, Jesus was for the immigrant. Was Jesus God in the flesh for lying and helping smuggle fentanyl into the U.S. and illegally working here and stealing jobs? Is Jesus for stealing? We got to turn over the tables in these churches, in these liberal Presbyterian churches. That's my denomination, guys. Get in there. If you don't have a table to turn over, go over there and set one up, the money changers table, right at the front of the church, and take it and flip it over on Sunday morning, right in the middle of the sermon. That's how Dad did it.
Runs an illegal alien worker cooperative. Every weekday, the Southside Worker Center links businesses across Tucson with illegal aliens to serve as cheap laborers. However, the problem runs much deeper than this. You are about to see how this organization, with ties to the Tucson Mexican consulate, is actively radicalizing and coaching illegal aliens on how to avoid and escape deportation and illegally remain inside the United States. This is the first ever look inside the Southside Worker Center. It is no secret that the Southside Worker Center operates as a day labor employment center. The organization openly promotes this fact. New laborers looking for work are provided a form asking about their work experience and are eventually given a Southside Worker Center ID. Southside openly admits that it is arranging work for individuals known to be here illegally. There is no confusion here. As one Southside volunteer put it, almost everyone at the center has no papers.
My friend wants to register at the center to work. Is it okay that he doesn't have papers or anything like that?
No, it's perfect. We don't ask for papers to work, to be a member of the center. That's why we have the center, for people who cannot look for work any other way.
Southside offers far more than just employment services. On a regular basis, Southside Worker Center hosts informational seminars where, according to Southside, illegal aliens are educated about their rights. The Mexican consulate of Tucson has been involved in some of these seminars. The Mexican consulate promoted an event at Southside to inform individuals about their rights as parents in front of police and migration.
This is completely illegal, this is in Tucson, Arizona. One of our government workers working against our own government. These are Arizona's brand new imported California values. You guys for this? Now watch this sting operation.
Mayra de la Torre, a former Mexican consulate lawyer, hosted a seminar where she coached illegal aliens on how to lie to law enforcement.
Él no tiene visa, yo sí tengo visa. ¿Qué pasa con el mismo ejemplo? ¿Cómo está el rollo? Que a mí me agarran la chamba.
Y ahí sí aguas.
A ver, ¿cómo está el rollo?
Suelta.
¿Es penal o no es penal?
He's saying, tell us, is it a crime or not? Now, she's going to admit to it being a crime. This lady needs to be prosecuted.
Sí, porque sí, pues.
Que a mí me tienen ahí limpiando la yarda, pero yo estoy limpiando la yarda y llegan, hey, ¿qué onda? No, espérate, a ver, ¿qué hay? ¿Chingando la yarda o saliendo con el uniforme? ¿Qué pasa ahí?
¿Tú y quién más?
Yo y estamos aquí con visado y uno que no tenga visa, por ejemplo.
Okay,
que
vamos
sí,
a pueden inventársela, no estamos trabajando, estamos de voluntarios aquí, esta persona.
We're volunteers. We're not getting paid. Da, 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 da. Look at the back wall over there. No border wall. And Biden, keep your campaign promise, Joe Biden. I'm going to show you guys. Here's another little story I'm going to give you in just a minute. I love Mexico. I love the Mexican people of Mexico. I love all of the legal Hispanics that are here and part of America. I love them. I love Canadians too. I'm going to show you a great video of Canadians too. But this illegal stuff is cancer for the U.S., and it's also because of all the money that flows back to Mexico through the illegals, it props up their socialist country. So they never have to be pressured into breaking that corrupt system. It actually is how we're enabling terrible communist regimes around the world. Here, this is breaking. LAPD were given a stand down order as they were about to begin mass arrests of illegals blocking the road, and LAPD just packed up and left. What the heck is going on, Mayor of LA, Karen Bass? So watch this video clip. Those are all the cops. They were all standing there in line while this is in down the heart of LA. This is where the name Los Angeles, the Angels, City of Angels, came from. This is downtown LA, the oldest part of California where they set up a Christian mission, Catholic Christian mission back in the day. And they have this Olivera Street where they have cobblestone still there. The original mission is there. They have these old wells there and stuff from where California first started. So this is our family. I've traipsed through this area a lot. Hold on. Look, do you see this right back here in the background, this little yellow building? This one's going to crack you up. Okay, check it out. My mom, who's watching this show, she'll know exactly what this is. That little yellow building is Cielito Lindo. This is where they make these taquitos, rolled tacos in a green sauce that are the greatest food known to man. Now, I've been all over that building a ton. In fact, my beloved and I, we take a trip back to LA almost every year to get more of those rolled tacos. My dad started going there when he was 5 years old. And the people who run that place actually have known my family going there now for 60 years. I take my kids to go there. I take all my friends there. This is the #1 taquito place in the world. They're the best. And we love them. And by the way, the people that run that place are legal. But that whole area in Olivera Street, it's wonderful. So it's terrible to see what Mayor Karen Bass has done, which is they've got illegals now going in the streets, popping wheelies and doing these donuts that are extremely dangerous. They had the cops there. They shut down the 101 as the illegals marched down the 101 freeway, and LAPD created a wall there to stop them. Karen Bass told them to come off, to pull off. Karen Bass is absolutely have to get recalled. And now I just wanted to give you this last story from a Canadian's point of view on how much he loves the U.S., even though the tariffs are going to affect his company. It's important that we see this guy's story.
If these tariffs come in and they look like they're going to stay, we pretty well have two options. We'll either sell to a U.S. company, and there's lots of interest, or we'll look at moving the business to the U.S. I'm Darren Smith, the president of Just Some Tool Company here in Moncton, New Brunswick. We manufacture woodworking tools and accessories. We export over 90% of what we produce. We always do over 80% of our business in the United States. If this tariff comes in, it's not going to raise the price to the American consumer. We have great competition in the U.S., manufactured in the U.S., and they make a high-quality product. Our customers, I can't blame them. They would just purchase product made in the U.S. I've always been grateful to be able to sell in the U.S. market. And I love Americans. I love America. I consider us best friends. I don't like the way my government has been insulting the current president for the past 9 years and his supporters. It insults me too because I like him.
He loves Donald Trump. And I just want to let you guys know that as we put tariffs on Canada and threaten tariffs on Mexico, the Mexican people are not the ones breaking the law on the border. They love America, they love Trump, and they love Americans. The people in Canada, the criminals that are running fentanyl into the country, that is not your average Canadian. Canadians love America, they love Trump, they love the rule of law, and they also hate what's going on illegally on the borders. So I just wanted to give these people a voice on this show to let you know why Trump is actually saving not just America, but saving Canada and doing what the Canadian people want, and saving Mexico, doing what the Mexican people want. The illegals, the criminals, it's a tiny, tiny percentage of both countries. So I just want to give a defense on why we love Canada and why we love Mexico and why these tariffs in the long run could help reform bring MAGA to their country too. A special shout out to the Canadian truckers, my trucker people over there. They love Trump. I'm Doug in exile.